Hello, Masterduel Central. A new season is upon us. So begins the grind to Master 1 yet again. And I want to start it off with some dinos. I haven't updated dinos in a while. I haven't shown you a new dino deck in a while. Right now I'm on a 5-game win streak in Diamond. And like, I'm not going to start acting like dinos is this crazy top tier deck. You guys already know what I think about dinos if you watch my last tier list. I don't think it's the best of decks. But I've been testing around, trying different builds and stuff. And I fell on this build and I've honestly been quite enjoying it. I don't think I'm like the first person to think of this idea, so I'm not going to start acting like I'm some genius for it. But basically, I'm just playing scrap dinos, and I threw in a couple of Bystials. And honestly, the Bystial cards right now are still like just really, really strong. With a lot of people playing Cheerlements, a lot of people playing Despia, the Bystials are really good against both of those decks. Against Sprite, the Bystials don't come in quite as much, but honestly, Sprite is not as rough as a matchup for the dinosaurs. As long as you can get your UCT on the field, you can usually like just wipe their whole field. So if you're playing against Sprite, your game plan is mostly just baiting out interruptions. There's also the nice add-on that they're level 6, right? So you can use one of these plus your Scrap Raptor to go into a Baron de Fleur. And you can also summon them by just banishing Archosaur, which is a part of your main combo. So they are like, if you have them in your hand turn 1, they can be summoned and pretty useful. So honestly, the Bystials are just really, really strong in dinos. I've been enjoying playing with them. I have a really good replay just showing the main combo of this deck, of this kind of deck, not even using the Bystials, because the Bystials, they're really just kind of like an extender that you can draw into. It's not like a part of your combo. So I'm going to show you the combo without the Bystials. It's, typical 2-card combo with dinos. After that, probably some live gameplay, and then the card by card. So, let's get into it. All right, so, this combo goes kind of crazy, so I just want to showcase it. So, it's a 2-card combo, so you can do this combo with Baby plus, Archosaur. You can do it with Misk Baby. You can do it with OV Misk. You can even do it, I think, with Lost World plus Scrap Raptor, although I'm not sure about that one for this exact combo line. So we go Archosaur here to pop the Baby. Baby effect, grab the double evolution pill. Then we can go baby effect, summon the Oviraptor from the deck. Oviraptor is going to grab a Miscellaneousaurus. We can go Miscellaneousaurus effect, discard, and then we link off the Archosaur. This is because I want to be able to summon a baby Cerosaurus with my Misk, so I need a second dino in the grave other than baby, because we also want to bring back the baby from the grave with the Ovi effect. So here we go, Misk effect, banish itself as well as the Archosaur, summon a baby. Ovi effect, we're going to pop the baby, bring back the second baby that's in the grave from the graveyard, summon it, and then we get to trigger baby, summon Scrap Raptor. Scrap Raptor is going to pop the baby. With that baby, what do we summon? Another baby. Let's go link up into the Scrap Wyvern. Scrap Wyvern effect we're going to use to bring back our Scrap Raptor. Then we're going to pop the Scrap Raptor, trigger the Wyvern, chain link to Scrap Raptor. With the Scrap Raptor's effect, you're going to add a Scrap Chimera in a second here. Here it is, Scrap Chimera. And with the Wyvern, you get to summon a Scrap Raptor and pop the baby again. With that baby pop, we're going to grab ourselves a Giant Rex. So with Giant Rex, as well as Scrap Wyvern, since Scrap Wyvern is a link 2, you can actually make a Sprite Elf. And this is really cool, because thanks to Sprite Elf, we can actually use Elf effect here, bring back the baby from the grave. And what do we have here? We have a level 4 tuner and 6 stars on field. So we can actually go into Baron de Fleur here and make the Baron untargetable, which is really, really strong. Then we can summon our Scrap Chimera to bring back our Scrap Raptor. Then we can activate our double evolution pill, banishing the Giant Rex and the Link Rebo from grave to summon a UCT and summon that Giant Rex from our banish pile. So summon that. Okay, so technically this is where the combo ends, in the sense that this is where you get to choose if you want to make an IP Masquerena or if you want to make a Savage Dragon. In this replay, I go for the Savage. IP Masquerena is really strong too. With IP, you can go into Avramax, which can be really hard to out, or you can go into Unicorn, which is just a really good option. So, that's really up to you. But personally, I really like the idea of having 2 Omni Negates on the field, and I could do it. You could also go for a Dolka. I mean, if you know what you're playing against, then you can make like a more educated choice. There's even scenarios where you'd probably want a Lagia or an Abyss Dweller if you have like some type of knowledge. Like if your opponent activated Havness or something, you'd probably just go for a Dweller here using Scrap Raptor and Giant Rex. But I didn't have any knowledge, so I was like, you know what, 2 Omni Negates seems like a safe bet. So we go for a Savage Dragon here and equip our Savage Dragon with the Scrap Wyvern from the graveyard. Set 2. Our hand is kind of cracked too. We have Called By, Cross Out, and Ash, which is kind of crazy. They're going to go Melfi Caddy. So as soon as they summon Melfi Caddy here, we know it's Sprite. And if they have a level 2 on the field, they can special the other sprites from hand. So at this point, I'm like, oh, this is going to be easy, right? We just go UCT, pop the Chimera that was left over, flip down their Caddy, and now they have to use Starter to summon another level 2. Or if they're lucky, they might have like the Swap Frog special effect, but that's pretty rare. So yeah, at this point, if they use their Starter, I'm just going to negate it with Savage, and we got it, you know, easy GG. With our elf, we can bring back Baby, and this is a huge part of this combo and why this is so good. Some people might say it looks less impressive than other boards you can make with Dinos, but I mean, you have to think about more than just how many negates you have on the field here. This gives so much more of a grind game and recursion to the deck. You know, Sprite Elf bringing back a Baby. You can pop the Baby with Baron de Fleur next turn, or with UCT if you didn't make a Baron, or you lost your Baron or something like that. And just by popping that Baby, you get to summon an Ovi, search a Misk. Misk now has a lot of stuff to banish in the grave, so you can bring back a Giant Rex. You can get into some rank 4 plays, you know? And that's why I really think Sprite Elf is absolutely necessary in this deck. And it just makes the deck roll so much better. Just that grind game is so important right now. But anyway, in this case, we don't really need the grind game, obviously, because our opponent is just donezo, so it's easy money. But yeah, I mean, I just thought that was a pretty good showcase of like how strong the combo can be. And I think it's pretty interesting that we can set up a Baron and a Savage in the same turn. I don't think you see a lot of You don't really see a lot of Dino players do that, and honestly, it wasn't really that hard to do. You just need to use Sprite Elf, and there you go. 2 Omnis on the field plus a UCT. Don't mind if I do, you know? All right, so let's try to get some live gameplay of the deck here in Ladder, in Diamond. Hey, don't be mad at me that I'm not Master Rank yet. Literally, the season started today, okay? Give me a chance here. And we lost the coin flip. That's fine. That last replay that we showed was going first. So hopefully we can show you going second here. Dino's kind of known for being able to go second. This deck doesn't run a lot of board breakers though. So it might be a little tougher than a more like just generally going second oriented Dino deck. So we'll just have to wait and see. It'll depend on what our opponent is playing. If they're playing Sprite here, we do seem like oh, it is Sprite. We might actually have a decent hand to bait out enough interruption to be able to just like land that UCT. Now we don't have any interactions, and I'm sure you guys are like pretty used to seeing Sprite turns. So I think we're just gonna skip to the end of their turn, and I'll just tell you what they have. Okay, so the turn is ending here. We have the Melfi Caddy, the IP Masquerena, and the Sprint, which is a pretty interesting way to build this kind of Sprite board. Maybe they have like insane hand traps or something, but this seems like just OTK Central. I think we have this in the bag. We'll just start with a Fossil Dig. I mean, even if they go Max C, I'm going to play through it, so I'm going to keep my cross out just for Ash. Seems like they're not doing anything about it, so we're just going to grab ourselves a Misk here. I mean, we have Baby and Misk in hand. Like we're just winning here. Like, there's just nothing else to it. Let's go Misk. This is just too good. I mean, they didn't do anything here, though. They really didn't do anything. Yeah, this is going to be really easy. Okay. Well, let's go Misk effect. They'll have an Omni negate, but our Dinos are unaffected. We already sent our Misk to the grave. I don't really see what... Like, I don't see how we could even lose this. Other than maybe, like, me misplaying or something. Summon an Archosaur here. Archosaur gonna pop the Baby. I mean, this is really impressively bad for, like, a Sprite board. This guy probably didn't know what he was doing. I wasn't even paying attention to what he was doing, but this is, like, a really bad board for a Sprite player. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's see here. Sprint. Yeah, to get the bounce on my unaffected monster. So this guy didn't even read Misk. What's new? Nothing new. Nothing new. Very cool. Very cool. Yo, they just don't read it. They just refuse. They don't like to read. They don't want to read it. They really don't want to. They just don't want to. We'll get the pill here. I mean, I guess I'll have an Omni negate for the pill. I mean, IP Masquerena is pretty good. Like, we do need to out the Avramax. That's kind of tough to out. They keep using all their negates for no reason, though. Okay, there you go. IP Masquerena, that's the only real actual card on this board. Because Avramax is kind of hard to out for us. Other than just like we could just like summon our own Avramax and crash, I guess. Like that is one way to do it. Yeah, we might end up just doing that, honestly. And then you do IP, make Avramax here, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. So they're going for the Avramax, Herald of the Arclight, super duper epic line here. Very cool. Anyway, let's go Ovi. Let's go Ovi. Oviraptor effect. There's no way they use Herald here. Okay, thank God. You read that much at least. Yeah, so we already used... Yeah, we used a Misk. We didn't use our normal summon, so we could normal summon a Baby here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's grab a baby. Normal a baby, bring back the other one from the grave, yada yada. That should work pretty well. So let's normal summon baby Ceratosaurus here. Go for Ovi's effect. We're going to pop the baby and bring back the other one from the graveyard, obviously. Yeah. There we go. Okay, baby effect here. Oh, we could just summon a Scrap Raptor from the deck. This is still a really valid play, I would say. We can go Scrap Raptor, pop the baby. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm thinking here... Oh, this is going to be really easy. So from the deck, we can special summon... Oh, we'll just summon another baby, actually, because we'll get to pop it later. We'll just summon another baby. Okay, so what I'm thinking here, we just want to bait out that Omni Negate as soon as possible. So we can just make a Link Haribo with our Archosaur. Then with Archosaur and Scrap Raptor, we can make a Wyvern. So let's go and make ourselves a Scrap Wyvern. All right, there we go. Very good. Then we can go for double evolution pill. Now they're forced to negate. If they don't negate it, well, that just means we get to pop, well, force this out with the Pancratops. Yeah, so they're just gonna negate it. So negate is dealt with now. We don't have to think about that anymore. Don't have to think about that anymore. Very cool. At this point, I mean, we can bring back the Scrap Raptor and pop it just to summon another Scrap Raptor from deck. So why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? So pop the Scrap Raptor. Just so that we get to pop the baby here with the Wyvern effect. Summon the Scrap Raptor here. And, well, we could also pop this. I mean, I don't really see why I would do that. Pop the baby here. Baby effect. Now I have to decide, do I want to summon a Petite? Or, no, I'll probably go for a Giant Rex here. Yeah, let's go for Giant Rex. The one thing is we don't, well, we can banish it because we have UCT in hand. That's crazy. Okay, so using these two, we can go into, do we want to go into Elf right now? Yeah, we probably do because I don't think we can go for game this turn, honestly, just because of this Avram being a bit of a pain. Damn, this is actually like crazy. This deck is just nuts. Yeah, because we can even, oh man, this is nuts. Okay, let's special out the UCT here. By banishing Giant Rex and like a baby, I guess. This deck is actually kind of nuts. Yeah. So Giant Rex effect to bring it back. We might actually be able to. We could double UCT. I think we can get to game here. We just need a... Yeah, we actually could. Because we can make like a Dugares. This deck is actually nuts. There's nothing else to say here. This deck is just crazy. Yeah, we go Dugares. Then we double up the UCT's attack. So, yeah. It's the third one. Yeah, so detach 2. Double the UCT's attack. No, I'm not chaining anything. Double UCT up. Then we can summon Scrap Chimera. Scrap Chimera effect. Bring back the Scrap Raptor. Yeah. So we just make Dolka. Go for attack, negate, and then negate the graveyard effect as well and go for game. Sure, that works for me. Okay, I figured it out. I thought I was going to make an Avramax a crash, but then I realized I couldn't beat over this if I did that. So we're going to do it this way instead. And this is still really good. Then we can go Sprite Elf. For funsies, let's bring back the Scrap Wyvern here. Hey, that's a lot of damage. Okay, this is it. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going for. Yeah, so we're going to negate Avram here. By detaching Giant Rex. Keep in mind, Dolka is not once per turn. Not once per turn. Negated. And we swing. Big Daddy UCT here doing his thing. And what's that? No, not another effect. Oh, wait. I have 2 negates. Not once per turn, baby. All right. Hey, that was easy. Easy money. Easy money. Yo, Sprite? Beating Sprite? Going second? Come on now. No hand traps? Come on now. I told you. This deck is crazy. All right. Swing with a Dolka for game. And call it a day. Honestly, this deck is nuts. This deck is just crazy. I guess, like, the one thing I didn't show you is we didn't really get to see any Bystial action. So I do have a replay. It's kind of like a janky replay, but I can show you just like my deck like demolishing tier with Bystials, and then we'll go to the card by card. Hey, would you look at that? 6 wins in a row with Dinos. Now you can't say the deck is bad. I might have underestimated them a bit on my tier list, but I didn't realize Bystials could be played in this deck like that. I just didn't consider it. But yeah, here we go. Let's do a replay. This replay is a little goofy. I didn't really want to show it at first, but I was like, I realized after, man, I have no footage of the Bystials anywhere, and they are actually really useful. But, you know, I just don't have any footage for them. But, you know, they're just good in the format. They're insane hand traps, and they are extenders in the Dino combo. In this case, they're just going to be used as hand traps, though. So our opponent goes Tillerman Scream, summons Rhino Heart, Tillerman Scream effect. And at this point, I decide to use Max C because I don't want to Ash at Tillerman Scream. Like, I don't care. So they get to mill 3 here and use our Rhino Heart. So mill 3, don't get anything, typical. And they send the Merly to the grave. And then what's that? We had Magnamut. Oh no, we had the Magnamut. They chain their own Max C. I get petty as shit. I get real petty with it, and I activate Ash Blossom Joy Spring. Was this necessary? Not at all. Is this a good idea? Maybe. I don't know. I just figured, you know, like, if they draw a card, maybe that'll, like, save their hand if they drew into Sharon or something. Go Magnamut effect. They have the Havness. I'm like, oh, do it, bro. Do it, bro. Do it, bro. You know, I'm just waiting to use this Druid Worm. And, hey, would you not just know that? They fucking dropped the Sharon. So we're going to go Druid Worm on their Sharon here. And also, they drew us into our Fossil Dig. So we drew into full Dino combo. And we stopped Tearlaments with just the Bestial cards. They scoop it up at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's just a funny replay, right? This is funny. All right, let's go do the card by card. All right, so card by card time. By the way, if you didn't like the video already, make sure to like it. I mean, look, man, I'm doing this content for you. It helps me when you like. Don't be a bot. Don't be an NPC. Take that 1 second of your life on this earth that you're spending watching this video and just fucking hit that like, bro. But here we go. Card by card, we got 2 copies of Archosaur, 3 copies of the baby, of course. Let's go. 3 copies of Maxi, 1 copy of Petite Ranodon, 3 Ash, 1 Giant Rex, 1 Scrap Chimera, triple Misk, triple Ovi, triple Scrap Raptor, Bestial Magnamut, Druid Swarm, and 3 Baldrake. This is the same package that I run in Naturia Bestial Runic. It's just a good package, you know. Baldrake obviously is not as good as these 2, but when the Baldrake effect goes off and when you get Druid Swarm plus Baldrake, it's kind of nuts. Also, just as a hand trap, these cards are so good. So getting a body plus a hand trap or using them as an extender to get into Baron, that's all really strong. Obviously, 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I'm not even running the Pancratops in this deck. You could run it if you wanted to. I just wanted to keep it a nice 40, so I didn't add it, but you could definitely add it and maybe even like remove a Petite, or if you add Pank, you definitely should keep Petite. But you know, maybe like remove a UCT or remove a Baldrake for a Pank. You know, it's up to you. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill, triple Fossil Dig, a double Lost World, 2 copies of Called By, and 1 Crossout Designator. Then for the extra deck, we're running 1 Savage, 1 Baron. As you saw, we can summon both of these turn 1 with just regular Dino combo thanks to Sprite Elf. 1 copy of Lagia, 1 Dolka, 1 Dweller. Obviously, this card is just game winning when you have like card information, or if you're playing against tier and you know, you're just trying to like stop them from doing their stuff while you're playing. You know, you can go for Dweller early and then do like, you know, summon a UCT, do all that stuff. So yeah, pretty good card. Tornado Dragon, I might remove this. I haven't really summoned it. I like having it because, like, what if, you know, they activate Macrocosmos? Well, then if they activate Macrocosmos, which is actually pretty popular right now, you can summon Ovi, send the Giant Rex to the grave, and it gets banished, and then Giant Rex triggers, Giant Rex summons itself, and you can go into Tornado Dragon and pop the Macrocosmos, and then resume your plays from there. So, yeah, that's why I'm running Tornado Dragon. It hasn't come up yet, but just in case that I get macroed, that's why I'm running it. Dugares, as you guys saw, is just a good tool to go for game. We have the Link Karibo and the Secure Gardena in case we're bricked on Archosaur, but also it's just really useful as a package just to make sure that you can get, you know, some non-dinos in the grave for your double evolution pill. We have the Pentas tag. Might end up removing Pentas tag. It has not come up for me very much at all. So, you know, it's a good card and all, don't get me wrong, but it's just this deck, like, once it gets going, does not struggle at putting up bodies, does not struggle at going for game. I think the Dugares attack effect is a bit more useful. Of course, Pentas tag is still good, so kind of mixed on it, but like I would be down to remove Pentas tag for maybe like a Zeus, because I kind of would like to have a Zeus in here, and I think this is the most likely card to remove for a Zeus. Scrap Wyvern, obviously, for the Scrap Engine. The Masquerena, super strong. This is another good option if you don't want to go into Savage. Masquerena is crazy. We have, of course, the Sprite Elf. I think this card is necessary. I would almost run 2 if I could, but kind of tight on space, you know. Nightmare Unicorn. I mean, this is just a really good option to go into off of Sprite Elf, and the Avermax is hard to out for tier limits. At the moment, though, I do feel like there might be better options to go into off of your Masquerena. Like, I think Goddess of the Closed World might not be a bad option right now. You know, that's up to you at that point. I'm not exactly sure. For now, I'm just going to hold on to the Unicorn. This is also like an insane card when you're playing against stun decks. It's also very, very good in that. So I'm happy. Like, I like Unicorn. I'm not mad about it. Also, look at that artwork. What is this? What is that? Who made this? Anyway, thank you for checking out the video. That's it for me. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And shout out to the Ultimate Conductor tier members and everyone else supporting the channel. Appreciate you. If you want to support the channel, become a member. It helps a lot. All right, peace.